Hey, what's going on, people? What is good? Now, Resident Evil The Village, game that I am really can't wait for. It's my most anticipated game of the year. I've been hyped about this game ever since it was first announced after RE3 remake. Now, Resident Evil, as past games have been, they always come out with a number of editions. So they'll have their standard edition, maybe even a steelbook edition, and they'll always have a collector's edition or even a day one edition. Actually, more so a steelbook edition as opposed to a day one edition. This version of the game is no different. It comes out in May, and there's some things that some people might have missed in regards to pre-ordering and or purchasing the game. So I'm gonna break it down, and we're gonna talk about the additions for Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8. So I'm gonna switch over, and we're gonna get to it. Okay, so as I was saying, Resident Evil Village for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, as well as Xbox Series X and also the PC. Standard edition is £55, most likely $60 in the US. Cool, we know that, and we also know about the game and what it has to offer. It looks really cool, has awesome key features, and it continues the story with Ethan Winters from Resident Evil 7. And there is also a maiden demo that is free and available if you have a PlayStation 5. So we know that. So let's scroll all the way down to the editions. That's what we want to know about. So this is where the breakdown begins, really and truly. So you get a standard edition, as I mentioned already, which is £55. Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil Reverse. Now that is their multiplayer, I guess, game that they've attached onto Resident Evil Village. Really and truly, that shouldn't be a thing here. That should just be a separate DLC that's just for free, really and truly. That shouldn't just be added on or attached to this as if it's, you're getting that with it, because they mentioned that Resident Evil Reverse is free. So if that's the case, it shouldn't be attached to a dollar or a pound sign or any kind of funding. But anyway, you get Mr. Raccoon Weapon Charm, Survival Resources Pack, Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack, and this is the digital edition, I believe. Yeah, so these are the digital editions. We're gonna go into the physical in a second. The deluxe edition of Resident Evil Village comes with the same as before, but this time you also get a survival resources pack. Survival resources pack. So that is just more DLC content that helps you within the game itself. And then there's the complete bundle, which comes with Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and also a trauma pack, which the deluxe edition comes with, and the survival resources pack, mini soundtrack, and Mr. Raccoon Charm. So the added on thing here, really and truly, is Resident Evil 7. That's if you haven't got that game, and that will cost £75 if you are buying it digitally. So that is the digital element of when purchasing Resident Evil Village. Now it gets more interesting because this is a game UK site for gaming, and it's £60 physical edition, and this comes with pre-order bonus, which is essentially what I was mentioning before, the survival resources pack DLC, which is all of these nice goodies, and the Mr. Raccoon weapon accessory DLC, which is kind of meta, really and truly. So that's that. Now the Resident Evil Village Collector's Edition is where things get interesting. With the collector's edition, you get everything you would get in the standard edition and the deluxe edition that I mentioned already. But the collector's edition, let me open it up here. It's even better. So yeah, collector's edition comes with a cloth map, large sized map, which is really good. I would actually like to have this map because I have the Cyberpunk 2077 map and I also have a Red Dead Redemption map. So this would be cool to have. Then I would have 3 maps for 3 different games that I really liked. You get an art print, glossy in texture as well, which looks quite nice. A steel book, which looks really dope. It's got like a Game of Thrones kind of feel to it. Forgot what faction. Maybe it's the Lannisters it reminds me of. But yeah, the Steelbook, I actually kind of like the Steelbook. The Trauma Pack DLC, which we've mentioned before. The Chris Redfield figure, as you can see here. So that would be really good if you have the Jill Valentine figurine and the Leon figurine and maybe even an Ada Wong figurine. So if you're a hardcore collector, then that would be something that's a good buy, possibly. But anyway, let's keep going. An art book as well. Judging from this and from the price of this collector's edition, I would assume that this art book is a hard-covered art book, and I would actually like to have the art book, but that's neither here or there, because when it comes to purchasing deluxe or steelbooks or collector's editions of games, the things that I look out for would be the steelbook itself in terms of its design and an art book. I'd make an exception for the map because I've got 2 maps for 2 other games that I already have, and it'll just be cool to have another one. But anyway, and you get a collector's box, which is packaging. That really has no value because they have to put this all into something anyway. But we get some more details about the Trauma Pack itself. You get a Samurai Edge AW Model 01 pistol, Resident Evil 7 found footage filter. That is quite interesting. That is something that I would love to use when I'm playing the game over again after I've already completed it. Resident Evil 7 tape recorder, which is for save points. And I guess that would be really handy if you're playing it on a harder difficulty, which is what I would be doing. Safe room music, Go Tell Aunt Rhodey. That is dope because I really like the safe room music, especially in RE2. Mr. Everywhere Weapon Charm. Unlock Village of Shadows difficulty. Now, this is a definite must for me. I would definitely want that, just like Madhouse difficulty mode on Resident Evil 7. It just makes the game more intense and you just feel the fear a lot more when the game is a lot more harder. You feel more challenged. And the tragedy of Ethan Winter's artwork. So that's what you get from the collector's edition. The price of the collector's edition, it doesn't say here because it's actually sold out here, which is very concerning. For example, the collector's edition of Resident Evil Village is £200. It's around that mark. It's on eBay right now because it's sold out, and it's concerning that it's sold out because it is nowhere near worth its value whatsoever. This figurine is not worth what they're charging for this whole collector's edition. The steelbook is nice, the art book is nice, the map is cool, but this is nowhere near worth 200. Nowhere near worth 200. Everything here to be put in a value is really and truly like 140. That's how much this should be. And even that is pushing it. But it is definitely not worth what they're charging for it. And to see that this product is sold out tells me that there's people in this world that are actually buying this and getting conned, because you gotta think, every Resident Evil game, let's go all the way back to Resident Evil 2, when they was selling a typewriter, and that edition of the game cost well over, I think, 300 up to 500. For them to be doing that kind of pricing must mean they're doing it because they know there's people out there that actually buy this rubbish. Like, because I just started thinking, why would they overprice their collector's editions like this? And it has to be because there's some people out there that are buying it, which makes no sense to me, because it doesn't add up in terms of the value whatsoever at all. So to see this product sold out is extremely concerning. So my opinion is I think the deluxe edition is cool because it just adds to the actual game itself. And this physically in the US Amazon store costs $70. Okay, $70. Interestingly enough, the Japanese store, or in Japan, they have a Z edition of Resident Evil Village, and that goes up to 1,800 because you actually get the Chris Redfield coat with it. Again, very, very overpriced. They must be doing this because there's crazy people out there that are buying this stuff. So there's that. But interestingly, there is no special or deluxe or maybe even steelbook edition for the EU or UK. So my theory is they're gonna announce via their Twitter or their website on Resident Evil Capcom.com that the deluxe edition or steelbook edition of Village is now available for the EU store, and I believe they will announce that when they announce the new demo. The new demo, because we got the first demo with Maiden, which is just a walking simulator in a way, where you have to escape the castle. But they're gonna announce another and release another demo, which is gonna be on all platforms from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox. I think when that happens, they're gonna announce the steelbook or deluxe or special edition for the EU store, because the EU store only has the collector's edition and the standard edition. There's no edition in between, and they always do an edition in between. So my advice is, if you are from the EU or even Australia, in fact, as well, basically if you're outside of the US or Japan, wait until we get closer to the launch of the game, because I believe they're going to announce another edition of the game, and they've done this before. They did it with Devil May Cry 5, and they did it with Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm hoping, with my fingers crossed, I'm hoping that they announce a steelbook edition, because I like the steelbook, and just give us everything that's in the deluxe edition, but they will just call it a steelbook edition. That'll be dope. But that is my advice. Just wait until we get closer to the launch of the game, and they will announce a new edition, which will be like a special edition, or the UK deluxe edition, limited edition, whatever they call it, or even a link clear edition of the game for the EU and UK stores. So yeah, I would only go for the standard edition if I had to get one right now, because the other editions ain't worth it, and I can't get the deluxe edition in the UK. If you're from the US, I would get the Deluxe Edition. That's the better one. I would stay well clear of the Collector's Edition. It is not worth it. If you are from the EU or UK, I would suggest doing what I'm doing, which is just waiting until another announcement comes out from Resident Evil team that the EU has their own deluxe or steel book or special edition for the game. But yeah, that is my thoughts on Resident Evil Village. Really can't wait for the demo. I will be going live and talking about the demo and playing through it. So if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter as well. And share the video, and comment your thoughts down below as to what edition you plan to get or from Resident Evil Village. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.